Okay, so misgendering people is something that is free speech. You should be allowed to do it, and that is pretty unlikely to change in America. I mean, I don't know about y'all with the socialism and the Kinder eggs, but non-America is not my problem. At least until we nuke ourselves because someone at the NSA really didn't like Idaho. So yes, you should be allowed, at least by my opinion, to call people by the wrong pronouns. But this comes with a caveat, as does all things free speech, which is that if you misgender people, people are allowed to have opinions about that. And this is the part that really trips people up, because complaining that people don't like you after you knowingly did something that people don't like you doing seems rather childish. People are going to call you an asshole, and they are under their full right to do this. In fact, they are going to call you a lot of things you don't like. This is a very human response, because you called other people things that they don't like, and so it kind of only makes sense. Yeah. How you are referred to is generally kind of important to people, and this isn't because of some social justice warrior bullshit. This has existed for a very long time, and kind of considered an essential part of identity. When someone overrides what you want to be referred to as, they're basically attempting to take power over that part of your identity. Now, you might be thinking that this is some first-year psych student philosophical bullshit, and it kind of is, but that doesn't necessarily change it all that much. I mean, think of how important titles are. If you call Dr. Brown Mr. Brown, that's an insult. If you call your dad Patrick, that's considered insulting. If you call a cis man Mrs. Peters, that's considered insulting. So it doesn't really take that much of a leap to assume that calling a trans person the pronouns they don't want to be called is an insult as well. Now, you might be referring to their sex and not their gender, and you might even think that it is your God-given right and responsibility to only refer to people by their junk. But this is kind of the problem, isn't it? This isn't about you. Other people's names and pronouns are not about you, and they never have been. They are about that person, and maybe the relationship you have with each other, but no language I'm aware of, and certainly not anything in English, makes the purpose of referring to another human being to talk about yourself. In some ways, calling people the wrong pronouns as a political statement of your beliefs is kind of really self-centered. Because you're taking something that is, by definition, about someone else and making it about yourself. And then somehow claiming that everyone is supposed to do that. That wanting the parts of language meant to be about your identity, is insane. So yeah, that went off into ramble territory and probably went into more social theory than an actual argument, but the point I'm trying to make is that misgendering people is kind of an asshole move. Anyway, make YouTube love me, share this video, adieu.